Hello, it's once again Zion Holy City, the IT guy. Today I'll be answering the taxi of the Northwest Regional MOC Advanced Level ICT. Okay, if you don't have this paper, you can just click on the link below to download. It's always good to have a question paper so that we can be working together. Okay, let's start. It says you are expected to create an HTML code to produce the web page displayed below. The page contains information about Cameroon, which is well done there. Use the following guide to create the web page above. Use any text editor to type in the code. In my case, I'm going to use Sublime. Sublime, if you don't have Sublime, you can download it online. Or you use Notepad or Notepad++. Here is my text editor. Whenever you're dealing with HTML, the first thing I would like you to do is to save your work in your folder. You click on File, Save. You locate your folder on the desktop. You save as tax3. Okay, one important thing here that you should never forget is that whenever you write the name of a document, always end with .html. That's the syntax. Yeah? Very important. Always end with .html. Very important extension. .html. It follows by with the save as type. Always choose all types or all files. Beg your pardon. Always choose all files as the save as type. When you do this, you save and you check your folder. You realize here that the tax3 has appeared on the title bar of my Sublime. If I open my folder on the desktop, I will see the tax3 there with the icon of the browser. If you don't have this saved with an icon of the browser, it means you have not done that properly. You will restart the whole process. You will not have good result if you don't have this. Okay, the next step, you double click on that icon. Minimize this one. Here, hit open this tab. Let the tab open here with the tax3 still here. Okay, let's proceed. With HTML, as students, I will advise you to always write the full syntax of HTML before you start answering your question. If not, you'll get confused alongside. Always go with the full syntax. When you go with the full syntax and write in your code, you save and you refresh your web page to see the effect or the output of what will come out there. That will be very easy. You can easily troubleshoot if you have issues. Let's proceed. Okay, we'll start with the syntax. The first one, HTML, automatically Sublime will display the code, HT. Okay, that's the syntax for HTML. This is what you have to put in your head. Have this off head. It's very important. Let me explain. This first line is doc type HTML. It's not really an HTML tag. It's just there to declare the version of HTML you are using. Without it, you can still type in your code very well. And in your page display, your static page, because HTML is used to build up static websites. The second line is HTML. You realize that we always have angle brackets, the less than sign here and the greater than sign this way. When you see this less than sign followed by a forward slash like this, it means you are closing up the HTML. In this case, HTML has been opened here and HTML has been closed up down here. It's just like the hair on your head, which stands for this HTML here, and the sole of your feet now, which stands for the closed up HTML down here. It follows with the head. The head is open this way and the head is closed up this way. In between the open and the closed up head, we have the title. The title is also opened and closed up beside. After that, we have the body opened up and the body closed up. Very important. Have this in your mind. Let's go to the first question. The first question says, Set the title of the web page to Cameroon. You get it very well. Title. You just go where you have the title in between the open and close up title. You write the Cameroon there. Cameroon. When you write in your Cameroon, you save and refresh the web page. You see what will happen. Save. Observe here what will happen on this title bar of this tab. This tab will just open the title bar of this tab. It is still written there tax TV. When we refresh our page, you see Cameroon appears. Let me maximize. Cameroon appears out there. And minimize and continue. B. Create two free lines between the first header. Our first header there is Cameroon, a Central African country. But we're asked to create two free lines. We're going to use what we call a line break, which is self-closing. It has no content. To declare that is BR, that's it. That BR with the open and close angle bracket, which is the less and greater than sign, is called a line break. It takes you to a new line. This one, you don't need a forward slash to close it up. It is self-closing and has no content. So that's for the first line. For the second line, it should do the same thing. BR. Good. So we now have two free lines. Okay. Create two free lines before the first header. Use header 1 style for the first line and header 2 style for the second line. Okay. The first line is Cameroon, a Central African country, header 1. This one will be done in our body after the break. Instead, H1 stands for header 1. It enters, it opens, and it closes it up. Cameroon, a Central African country. Cameroon, a Central African country. Good. We can save, refresh to see the effect. It's always good to save and refresh and see the effect on our page. That's it. Cameroon, a Central African country. Good. Perfect. Let's do that for the second heading, which is some regional capitals. Okay. The second heading, H2, some regional capitals. Save and refresh. Good. Header 1 and header 2. G. Set the second line of text to italics. Set the second line of the text to italics. Let's just do that. Okay, that second line is all about the center region, all the regions of Cameroon. Okay, just below in between the two headings, we open I for italics, close up I, in between, type in all what is on your paper. Center region, littoral, southwest, all those things. I type all this, I just copy and then paste it. Let's save and refresh. Control S and then refresh this way. Excellent. That's italics. I've opened the I, which stands for italics here, and I've closed it up this way. Italics. So whatsoever is in between, be italicized. Okay. A. Center the first three lines of the text and the table. Okay. There is a table we have to create, and we have to center the first three lines and the table. Okay. Let's just create the table. After creating the table, we're going to make them to be center aligned. The table is right on the paper there. The table has 2 columns and 5 rows. Okay, we start with the syntax to open up a table. Open the table is already open and closed up. Next thing is to open a row. Very important. To open a row, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 row. Open a row, it means I'll open the first row. Table row. TR stands for table row. Is open and closed up. Okay. What should be in the table row? We have headings there. The first row we have a region and capital. So those are what we call data. Open up the table data. TD stands for table data. What do we have? We have region. Good. That one is perfect. If you save and refresh, you will see what will happen. Control S and refresh this way. Good. Region. If I copy this for the second one and I paste it directly under, to capital, I save, Control S, and I refresh. You realize that those are the 2 headings, data found on the table row. Okay, now at the end of this table row, we can open another table row to key in the other values. Table row, open and close. Okay, now we continue with the table data. Table data for this one. What do we have? We have Northwest. Good. You can just paste it. The next one down here. Control C. Control V. The next thing is Bamenda. Save and refresh. Excellent. You can copy from here and do the others. Well, we have Southwest, West, and Littoral. So here we're going to put Southwest. Southwest. Copy from here. Paste on the West. Bahusan. Copy. Paste. Littoral. Voila. Let's save and refresh. Good. That's our table, but we don't have borders yet. So we can create a border on the table. We go open the table, we click inside space and write border. We save and refresh. Good. Now our table has borders. Okay, we have to center align everything. The first, what was the question? The question said center the first three lines of the text and the table. Okay, the first three lines of the text and the table. Good. The first three lines starts here. So this is where we have to center. We open center after this break to center align. Right there, center. We close it up manually. You come right at the end of the table. You enter and you close the center. / center. We save and refresh. Good. Now everything is centered, aligned. The next question. Okay. Set the shade of the first row of the table to blue and the rest white. Let's identify the first row. Here is the first row, table row. Let's set it to blue. To do that, we just hit the space bar and write background color equals to blue. BG. BG color equals blue. We put it in double quotes. It's white. Everything here is really white, so no need. We save and refresh to see the effect. Good. Yes, that is okay. I hope up that level everybody is there. When I look at G, the heading of the list at the bottom of the page is underlined and bold. The list at the level of heading of the list, underline and bold. The heading is all regional capitals. Underline, we open a U and we close a U. We open a B and close a B. U for underline. U for underline and B for bold. Then write in other regional capital. So the U is for underline, open and close. The B is for bold, open and close. We save and refresh. Good. If this is so close, if the heading is so close to the table, you can apply a break here to separate them. BR, save and refresh. Good. One step under. Okay, H. Use the ordered list for the other regional capitals. For the order list, you have to open the order list and open the list item. Okay, those below the heading, you open the order list, hit enter. Then here you start listing up the items. List item LI. What are we listing? Yaoundé. We save and refresh to see the effect before we continue. Good, that's it one. We can just copy and we paste. Because there are 6 of them, so we paste 5 times and just change the names. Copy and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what the next one? Eboluwa. We save and refresh. Perfect. That's what I've been asked to do. But if you look carefully on our question paper, we'll realize that all the data in the table are center aligned. If you want to do that to be exactly as on your paper, you can go to the first table data, std, space, write style equals, double quotes, excellent, text, good, hyphen, good, align, good, colon, center. We save and refresh to see the effect of that. Let's try with capital because the region just occupied everything. Let me just copy and paste down here. Save, refresh, good. So with this, you can just put it everywhere. Space V, 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 copy, save first, and refresh. Everything is centered, aligned. Okay, save the HTML code you have typed as cameroon.txt and save the web page created as cameroon.html in your candidate folder. Print both the web page and the HTML code. Okay, we did this just to have the effect. If this is a question, as it's a question asked, we can just highlight everything, Control A, we copy, we open another file, a new file, we paste it there, follow the instruction, we click on File, Save As. We locate our candidate folder here, we already mine. If you don't know, you click on Desktop, you look for it, ICT. Here, I will save as .txt, cameroon.txt. Normally, you can just save as .txt if you just come and select the file type here. Everything here is HTML, 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 Java, Java. Okay. .txt. Okay. .txt. Save. The color changes. All the colors have changed back to normal because of the extension. Okay, we can still save this other one, open a new one, file, new, we save, Control V. We now save as Cameroon.html. Save as the folder is opened already. Cameroon.html. All files. Now it's really HTML because I did that before. HTML. With Sublime is a bit complicated. Let me do that with Notepad. Notepad. Good. If I paste it in my Notepad, this is how it will look like. I can go to File, Save As. Let me just create a folder on the desktop, a different folder on the desktop. Not to confuse you guys. Folder. Let me just name my folder mock. Good. I will save it now as Cameroon. Even if I don't put the extension here, the save as type shows already the extension of the file. I can just click on save, it will save as .txt. But I can still now save as I can open a new one to avoid conflict. I paste, file, save. Here's there's the one with the .txt extension. So now I can still write my Cameroon, but this time around it will be .html, and I put all files, very important. The icon now will change. Let me go to my desktop. Mock. These are the two files to be printed. These are the two files to be printed. This one is .html. Everything is well done. .html, which will be printed by the examiner. Then is the .txt file, which will also be printed. Everything is okay up to this point. Okay, I write down the PHP code which will display the following information at the top of your web page. Welcome to Cameroon. Okay, let me just take you to my browser and explain this thing to you. The PHP code, if you go to the .w3 school, you better understand this on PHP. Let's click on PHP and see what it shows. Let's go to syntax. Yes, here's the syntax to display that. Here the syntax to do that display. You can copy it here, but it will have no effect on that PHP program that HTML program we just typed, because there are certain things you need to install for this one to have an effect. So with this, you come before the break, just after the body, you paste there, delete this, you write echo, then you write welcome to Cameroon, in quotes. Welcome to Cameroon. This cannot be displayed because we need certain things to be installed on our computer before doing that. Let me just try to share with you. If you go on the install, you'll realize that for you to get that done, you will need to install a web server, install PHP, install a database such as MySQL on your server before that code, that PHP code can run in the HTML code. So you just write it on your paper, just write that on your paper and you get that done. With that, it leads us to the end of the Northwest Regional Mock 2020 ICT. I will continue with paper 2 as from next week. Thanks a lot for viewing.